Or not, maybe not, maybe not. No. The bun can go back in the oven, but it doesn't really look like, oh, I haven't even started and I'm already sweating. So if this video gets a bit sweaty, I do apologise. But anyway, that being said, I am finally gonna be testing Glossier makeup in today's video. This has been very highly requested over the past few years. I never really was that interested in Glossier because it's all sort of very natural and glowy and myself but better type stuff, and it all just looked very natural, and my thought process was kind of like, you know, at the time I wasn't really into that style of makeup, and I was like, why would I pay X amount of money for something that's not really gonna do a whole lot to my face, you know what I mean? However, now that my makeup preferences have kind of changed and I actually enjoy using cream products now, and I have fallen in love with skin tints and stuff like that, I thought, you know what, now is the perfect time to try Glossier. The other day they did a 20% off sale. I think it's still ongoing actually. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get into it because quite frankly the difference between my face and my body right now is a little bit embarrassing. I was always under the impression that Glossier is a US based brand and that you know, if I ordered from there I would have to pay customs and like high shipping fees. But they must now have a UK warehouse because I ordered this on Saturday, today is Wednesday, and it arrived today and it was free shipping and I didn't pay any customs, so I'm a bit confused by that. So everything arrived in one of these, it's like a padded envelope but you can reseal it, so I guess you could reuse this. It's sort of like a makeup bag that's made of bubble wrap and plastic. So the first thing that I'm actually going to put on my skin, everything that I got in here is makeup apart from this. This was the free sample that I got to pick because I think because I spent over £100 I got to pick a free sample. I went for the Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. I've heard such good things about this, and if you look at the packaging, this is what the bottle looks like if you get the big one, but obviously this is just a tiny sample. When I first looked in here, I actually thought that I'd ordered one of the blushes as a sample, and I was like, oh, that's such a cute sample size. Then I realised that this is this is the full thing. So let's put this on my skin before I do the rest of my makeup, because I don't think they have a primer, but I know a lot of people like to use this under their makeup. Okay, it smells almost a bit like chamomile tea. It smells very fresh. It smells like botanical, and it's almost like a pink colour. And let's blend this in. Oh wow. I don't know if I needed to be any more dewy, but this is definitely doing it for me. You know what, that feels lovely. That feels so nice. Obviously because it is a oil serum hybrid, it does feel slightly oily on my skin, but not like it's not like a dry oil or just like a regular oil that you'd put on your face and just sort of sits on top of it. It sort of feels like it's soaking into my skin. That looks and feels really nice. I definitely look very glowy. Look at that. It's sort of giving me that glass skin effect. Not really sure I would want that all over my entire face, but if you do have oily skin though, wouldn't recommend putting this on underneath your makeup because it literally is like an oil. Feels lovely though, and today I'm going all for that glowy kind of look. So the next product that I got is the Perfecting Skin Tint, and this was £20, but then obviously I did get the 20% off everything, so basically everything that I'm talking about minus 20% off it. But full price, this is £20. The packaging is very simplistic of all of these, and this is the Perfecting Skin Tint. I got the shade G9. I spent so long, again, trying to figure out which shade I needed in this because there's not that many swatches online. But I did use Foundation, which is a website where you can put in all your other matches of your other foundations and it recommends a shade for you in a particular brand. And it did come up with G9, so I'm hoping this is gonna obviously not match my face but match my neck and the rest of my body. My hands have also definitely faded a bit. So it says, shake then smooth over moisturized skin with fingertips, blend upwards and outwards for sheer coverage and instant dewiness. I am very excited to try this. I've heard such good things and I know that loads of celebrities use this, right? Okay, it's a very runny consistency. Can you see that? This shade actually looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's a very thin watery consistency. Let's see if it gives any coverage. Oh wow, okay. Okay, this side had quite a bit more on it. Okay, people definitely were not, like, they were not joking when they said that this is very natural looking. Well, I guess it's doing what it says. It's giving my skin that tint of colour. and it's mixing really nicely with that product that I've got underneath. I was a little bit scared that it was going to ball up. So if you're looking for coverage, this is not it. Like, there is no coverage pretty much. It literally just gives the tiniest hint of tint to your skin. But that being said, if you're the type of person that doesn't really like wearing makeup and you just want something that adds the tiniest bit but literally doesn't look like you're wearing anything at all, it definitely added some colour to my face. I might just try another layer and see if it is buildable. And you know what, I'm actually just going to zoom in a little bit more because I think you're a bit far away. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Let's add another layer. If I'd have tried this like a year ago, I definitely would have hated it because this type of thing was so not my thing. I didn't like anything glowy. I liked all matte. I liked full coverage. But these days, I love a skin tint. But I have to say, out of every skin tint that I've tried, this is definitely the sheerest out of all of them. And with like the least coverage, but the most skin-like, I would say. I do have a spot coming up down here. I've got a couple of little scars and like, I guess just like smaller spots. My skin is mostly good today, I would say. My skin does look really beautiful though. I think it looks very fresh, very glowy. It does look like I've just got this healthy, gorgeous, natural skin. You could probably get a very similar effect if you mixed your foundation with moisturizer. So let's see, with the concealer, this is called the Stretch Concealer. Again, I've heard good things about this. I also got the shade G9. Looking at this when I opened this earlier, I was like, okay, I don't think the shade is gonna work that great. It looks like it's going to be a little bit too dark, so maybe I should have got the concealer in G10. But this is what the packaging looks like. It's just in a little glass pot, and then the concealer itself looks like this. So yeah, I don't know, this looks like it could be a little bit dark, but we'll see how we go. This says use fingertip to press and blend into moisturized skin. It's buildable, add more for extra coverage. Okay, that gives me hope. Oh, it's very like it melted very quickly into my finger, which is nice. Looks like this. Let's try it under my eye first. Ooh. Okay, let's try the other eye. It is definitely giving me some coverage, but again, it looks incredibly natural. But you can definitely tell the difference on this eye. Let's just put some on this little spot here. And then I'm just gonna add some around my nose, where I get quite a lot of redness. It actually has a little bit more coverage than I was kind of expecting. I thought it was going to be as sheer as the foundation, but it definitely is buildable like it says, and it really melts into your skin nicely. But again, it's quite an oily consistency for a concealer, and I think if you do have oily skin, like, you probably will want to avoid this at all costs, to be honest. Okay, let's see if it will cover this. Kinda. I'm just going to put some on my eyelids because my eyelids get really veiny, and I want to cover them up a little bit just so it looks a little bit more uniform. I did end up adding the concealer on most places of my face because I wanted to get rid of some of the scarring, like around my chin, around my cheeks I had a little bit. So if anything, I've just used this concealer to even my skin tone out a bit more. Oh, I forgot to mention, the concealer was £15, and then obviously it was a bit cheaper because I had the 20% off. And I did get the Wowder powder, which was £18, but then obviously minus the 20%. They do the Wowder in a few different shades. I think there was 5 different shades to choose from, maybe 4. I went for G11 to G12, which is the lightest one, but I did that because I thought that the next one down might be a bit too dark once I've actually set everything. So I went for the lightest powder, and then the powder looks like this. Okay, so I need to peel off this little thing. That is the weirdest thing. It's got a little net. It's like a pair of fishnet tights in here. So in the time that I was just talking to you just then, the concealer has creased, which obviously every single concealer does do if I don't set it straight away. Pat it back in again. So I'm just gonna dip this smaller brush into the Wowder. Oh, it's very fine. That looks lovely. Okay, let's set my under eyes. Okay, I'm definitely glad that I went for the lighter one because it does seem to be sort of translucent. Oh, wow. Oh my god, I just said wow and it's called Wowder. Maybe that's why. Maybe it makes everyone go wow. It is such a thin, lightweight powder. Oh my god, I love, love, love the feeling of that powder. It is so fine and so lightweight, and I would definitely say that that shade is, like, it didn't add any extra coverage for me. It just sort of set everything. So this to me seems a bit more translucent, but obviously I haven't seen it on any other skin tones. So something that surprised me a bit is the only product they seem to be missing was a bronzer, like a cream bronzer. So because I am working with cream products, I am just going to add a little bit of cream contour. This is the Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick, just so that everything looks a bit more like I would normally do my makeup, you know? I don't just want to skip out on bronzer. So the next product that I got is the thing that I thought was a free sample. This is the Cloud Paint, which is probably the thing from Glossier that I've heard the most about, and it's a liquid cream blush. I went for the shade Beam, and this was £15 again. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, I did get a couple of their sets. So they do have a few sets where you can save money. So I did get the makeup set, which came with Boy Brow, Cloud Paint, and then the mascara. I did also get the concealer and skin tint set, which I think saved a little bit of money as well. So just have a look on there. They've got quite a few different sets, but there was only 2 that I was sort of interested in. Again, the swatches on the website weren't that great, and the swatch of this Beam Cloud Paint looks really, really light. So I wasn't sure whether or not to get this one or a darker one. But since this has turned up, I'm very glad that I got this one, because I did just open it up and have a little look at it. I love the packaging. I think it is so sweet. It almost looks like paint. But yeah, I'm very glad that I got this because it's actually quite bright and quite pigmented. It says, for best results, apply with fingertips, gently squeeze a tiny dot onto the finger and blend onto your cheek. Add more as you wish. Okay. I usually apply my cream blush with a brush, but because it's telling me to use my fingers, I'm gonna do that. I'm just taking tiny little amounts and building it up slowly instead of putting way too much product on my face at once. Whoa, okay, I've put a bit too much on this side. Actually, once I blend this out, it's probably the same sort of amount that I've got on the other side of my face. Or not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh my god. Okay, now I've put too much on my nose. So it's definitely buildable. You know what, I'm just going to take my brush. But let me just try and blend it into my skin a little bit more. This is really beautiful. I will definitely use that again, but I think next time I'd probably just go straight in with my brush. Did I get one of the highlighters? I thought I did. I thought I'd ordered one of the highlighter sticks. Ah, shit. The only highlighters that they had were sort of like a stick highlighter, like a balmy highlighter. Has anyone tried the Glossier highlighters? Do I need to try them? What I am gonna do is just take this lovely Wowder, and I need to set my T-zone because I look like a bit of a hot mess. My chin. You know what, it's quite hard to get a lot of product with this little net, and I think they've done that for a reason, so that you only pick up a very small amount of powder. I have to say, I think my skin actually looks really beautiful, minus this dodgy patch here. But by the way, the reason it does look slightly dodgy here is because I'm having a bit of an eczema like flare up again, but only in this one patch of my cheek, which is very strange. It's definitely smoothed over everything, and I think Glossier is all about enhancing your natural beauty anyway, rather than trying to cover everything up. The Cloud Paint again was £15. The next product that I've got is 2 things for brows. I lied about the Cloud Paint being the most popular Glossier thing that I've heard of. I've got the Boy Brow. That is a raved about eyebrow product. So I've got the Boy Brow, which was £14, and then I got the Brow Flick, which was £15. And we all know I've been loving a brow pen recently, so I'm very excited to try this. I just had to go for the shade Brown. So I'm gonna actually do the Boy Brow first because it's tinted, then I can sort of see where I need to fill in the gaps. Okay, that's in a really nice sized little brush. Let's give it a go. Ooh. The formula is quite dry, it's not very wet, it feels quite a thick brow formula. Oh, you know what? I think this colour's pretty decent. Oh my god, it feels almost like a brow wax in liquid form. It doesn't feel wet at all, which is so strange. Look, my eyebrows are just staying where I've put them, and that has given a nice lot of colour. You know what? I don't even think I need anything extra added to my eyebrows with that. But I want to try the Brow Flick. You know what? Let's do this eyebrow with the Boy Brow first, and this eyebrow with the Brow Flick first to see which way round I prefer to use them. So again, this one is just in the shade Brown, and oh my god, it's got a little flexible brush tip applicator. And let's try this on my hand first, actually. Oh, it's very light, like not a lot of product comes out. Again, it's very dry. I'm not really getting a whole lot of product come out of this. Even after I shake it, like on the back of my hand, obviously I don't have any foundation on here. I thought maybe my foundation was making it hard to use, but on the back of my hand, it sort of feels like it's drying up. What is going on? Yeah, I'm not really getting anything. Well, that eyebrow's looking really nice. Maybe it's because I put the Boy Brow on it. I'm just trying to like pick off the Boy Brow that got on this because it made it quite sticky. You know what though? The formula of this feels quite sticky on the back of my hand. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. This almost feels like a sticky formula, which is so strange. But then is that because I just got some of the boy brow in it? Then I don't know, because I thought I'd picked it all off. Whatever the case is, I love the colour of both of these, and I love how they're making my eyebrows look. Yeah, what I absolutely love is how much of a hold this has. Okay, so the shapes aren't perfectly even, but I absolutely love how that's made my eyebrows look. We've got 2 more for the eyes and 2 more for the lips. So next up we've got Lid Star. They have recently added some more shades to these, I believe. I went for the shade Bun. Ooh. It looks like a little test tube. This is what the packaging looks like. And then, okay, it's just a standard doe foot applicator. Let me just put some on my hand and see how sort of sheer it is. Ooh. Dab onto lid and blend with fingertip. Okay, I'll do as you say. Let's just try it. Oh, not a lot comes off on the brush. Dab, 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 dab. Maybe they should have called the shade Invisible instead of Bun. It literally just disappeared. Let's add another layer and put on a lot this time. And then I'm not gonna rub at all. I'm literally just gonna dab, 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 dab. No. I'm sorry, but that is not worth £15. I would not repurchase this. When you try to actually blend it out to the point where it doesn't just look like you've dumped it on your eyelid, all the colour and the shimmer just disappears into nothing. I'm disappointed in that. I'm disappointed. Please let me know if you've tried this and if you like it, because maybe some of the other shades are better, but this shade, like, no, it's just not there. Do you see what I mean? It just disappears. The bun can go back in the oven. Lash Slick. This mascara is £16. No, it's not. I've lied to you. It's £14. Again, super simple packaging. It's just like plain glossy pink. Glossy pink. Glossier. Gotcha. It's got a plastic brush and it's quite skinny and it's quite spiky looking. And, oh no, I can just tell I'm not gonna like this, am I? I don't think I'm gonna like it because it's a super, super natural mascara. Wiggle at the root to get as much volume as possible and then drag up through. It's incredibly natural, but it's actually giving me like decent length, but it doesn't really look like, oh, there are no clumps. You know when I would have loved this mascara? When I was at school, up until a certain age, you weren't allowed to wear any makeup. Okay, so it's very, very natural, but also at the same time gives quite a lot of length. Absolutely zero volume, but it has to be said, natural makeup, I don't mind anymore, but natural mascara doesn't really do it for me. I like a lot of volume when it comes to my lashes, and this just isn't giving me it. A lot of people use a cotton bud, but I actually find that using like a spoolie just sort of scrapes it off without a trace. Ooh, it's actually really nice on the lower lashes. Definitely looks very natural and youthful though, and not too much. I do think my lashes look pretty, but like, I wouldn't repurchase this. So finally, we move on to the lips, and I've got 2 products. I went for one of their Generation G lipsticks. I went for the shade Cake, which was £14, and I also went for one of the lip glosses. I did get the clear gloss, which I'm now kind of regretting. Like, I wish I'd got one that had a bit of colour. The gloss was £11 and the lipstick was £14. And this sounded really interesting. It's a sheer matte lipstick. So again, it's supposed to look like you're not really wearing anything on your lips, but it's supposed to give a tiny tint of colour. So sort of like a tinted lip balm, but matte. I love the look of the packaging. Again, it just says Glossier, and it looks very sleek. Doesn't this just look very sleek and lovely? Okay, so all of my lip balm is kind of worn off, so let's see how it applies just on my dry, crusty lips. I really wish that they had put some fragrance in this, because it smells like old grandma perfume. It feels really nice and it looks really nice. What? I wasn't expecting to like this. I was thinking, what, like a matte sheer lipstick? Doesn't really sound like a bit of me anymore, but I'm not sure why it's starting to tingle a little bit on my lips. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or if I'm just maybe slightly allergic to one of the ingredients. The actual formula of it feels very, very comfortable. It doesn't feel like a horribly drying lipstick. It's got a tiny bit like of a, like it's not fully matte where it like sucks the life out of you, but this colour is really, really pretty. I sort of was expecting it to not really show up based on the swatches on their website. I like that more than I thought I would. Just to add some moisture back into my lips, I did want to try one of their lip glosses because I've seen these all over the internet for the past, like, I don't know how old Glossier is. It's been popular and I've seen it in so many ads and so many people's cute Instagram pictures and Pinterest photos, and I just had to try it. Bloody hell. we have a bit of scent. It smells ever so slightly sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that is a glossy gloss. Obviously it is a glossy gloss, but you don't need a lot. It's a little bit sticky. Can you sort of see that? It definitely feels very moisturizing. I think actually what I need to do is this thing. Okay, yeah, that feels a little bit better because when I was talking, my lips were sort of sticking together a little bit. I don't know. I kind of feel like I've had better feeling clear glosses than this for cheaper. It looks very shiny, like it's a very shiny, wet looking gloss. It's made my lips look beautiful, but I think that stickiness is just a little bit much for me. Like, I don't mind if something's slightly sticky, but I can sort of feel my lips sticking together as I talk. I wouldn't repurchase that one. I would go with something cheaper, like probably a lip oil or something. This is my finished Glossier face. What do you guys think? I definitely feel very pretty. By the way, this isn't even highlighter. This is just pure glowiness from the base products that I used. I feel very fresh looking. So just because I can, I did just open my curtains and I thought, actually, it's probably useful to show you what this makeup looks like in natural lighting. So this is the natural light coming in through my window. I think the lid thing looks a little bit better in natural lighting versus my softbox lights, but I mean, it still looks a bit pathetic, to be honest. And oh my god, my lips are so glossy. I think my skin looks really lovely and my under eyes especially look really smooth, which I really like. It really does look pretty in natural light. So if I just quickly talk through the products that I loved and would definitely repurchase, the Boy Brow is probably my favourite product from all of this. I will definitely be using that again. It's like stuck my eyebrows into place. It gave them a really nice bit of colour. I actually really like the skin tint, the concealer and the powder. The skin tint is nice, but I don't think I would repurchase it. I've got other skin tints that I do prefer. The concealer was pretty nice. I quite like a medium coverage concealer on days where I just want a little bit of makeup, but I don't want to look too made up. Oh my gosh, the blush I really liked. I would definitely be using that cream blush again. Overall, I'm so glad that I tried it. And there's definitely products in here that I will continue to use. Oh my god, my hair has literally been like stuck to my back. Also, this is the most oversized t-shirt I've ever seen in my life. This was from Hannah Renee's Misguided edit. I absolutely love it, but it is so big. I'm now just going to answer a question of the day. As always, if you guys have got any questions for me, it can literally be about anything. Leave it down below with the hashtag question of the day. Today's question comes from, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to say your name because I believe it's in Greek. I will put it on the screen here though, and they have said, Soph, you should try the NYX Bear With Me spray. I love the mist. So many people have been saying this. I'm literally going to go and buy that NYX setting spray straight away, and I will test it in another dupes video. But they've said, will you travel this summer? Have you ever been to Greece? Lots of love. So, I haven't been to Greece, however, we are hopefully planning to go to Greece at the end of this summer. Not 100% sure if it's going to go ahead, obviously, because of the COVID situation and stuff. Like, I don't know if it's going to get any worse. But yeah, hopefully we will be going to Greece at the end of this summer. I'm getting my first vaccination tomorrow, by the way, which is so exciting. I've never been so excited to have a needle stuck in my arm. I said this on Twitter, like when I was booking my vaccination, I felt like I was booking concert tickets. I was so like nervous and excited for it, which is very strange because I'm not a big fan of needles, but I'm just excited to get the vaccine and like hopefully life go back to normal a bit. Any tips, let me know. And I've got my second one in August, so yeah, hopefully we can go away. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. I will leave everything linked down below, and yeah, I hope you're all doing good, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.